Okay, here is a talking point that I was so focused on the other day when I was writing that I was trying to find a way to convey. You know, I think that we don't take and I'm still looking for the right word here, like parable, symbolism, morning meds, which we have reduced, by the way. Yes. You don't want to, sometimes we may have to be on something forever or for a long duration, but you don't want something to ever control you, even a medication. That's how we dull down the third eye. Now, when you get tapped in, is that whole field anxiety ridden in itself? So it's just another, whoa, that's a lot kind of shit. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the talking point. That's what I'm doing. So, quintessentially, when I had a meeting the other day, I wanted to use this as a talking point if it came to that. Now, I had 30 minutes to convey a lot of shit, so good job, me. I made the casting cut. Okay, so anyway, symbolism and the parables and of the Bible, of the Egyptian Book of the Dead is where I'm going to right now. You've got so many different things, everything from your Kabbalah, and Kabbalah is important to learn, but I think you need to master a certain level of spirituality first. Otherwise, that can be very dangerous. And I'm discovering. I was ignorant to a lot of things that were in front of me that I was studying. So anyhow, that's irrelevant. Tangents I do. So back to my parable that I wanted to use. Here's the thing about peace that I want people to get. This is why I throw forgiveness completely out of the book. It is not my job to forgive you for your deeds against me. Not my job. It's not my job. I relinquished myself of that, about 2 years ago, and truly understood. And the minute I heard, and you can thank Dr. Romney for this, not everything is forgivable. You don't have to forgive that. The minute I heard me, I don't have to forgive that behavior, that right there set me free. It set me free from the judgment of that was done to me, and I hate that. It set me into the land of that was done to me. I accept that. It was done. I accept that it was wrong. And I also accept that that's your problem and not mine. So I'm going to go heal my heart and what you did. That's powerful. Because when you go heal your heart from what someone did to you, you can sit with yourself. This is where real peace comes in. Real peace comes in a letting go. And if you are holding yourself in a place of, I need to forgive that to move on, your focus is going to be on the non-forgiveness and the finding of the right that you can make of it. The only right you can make of any wrong is to take that bad and say, okay, I was handled this muck of shit. How will I learn and let it shape me? What will I teach from it? And will I carry it? Will I set it down? What will I do with this crap that these people have, or person, or whatever the case may be, or circumstance even, has heaped onto me? What do I do with that? Acceptance that it's real, it happened, and it's not happening in the present now. It's not happening right now. Now, if you go in your mind and relive it over and over and over and ruminate on it, and believe me, I am the master of rumination for years. Oh, Lord, you're being your own enemy. And they win because the evildoer moved on and never thought about it while you're sitting there ruminating and you're stuck. What they did was to get you stuck, and they won. The actual act and whatever pain that you're sitting with, be it small or big, infractions upon you. You have to, and I'm going to let it go, right? I'm not even going to say let it go. I'm just going to say you have to sit with it. You have to sit with it. You have to sit with it and accept it. And I think when you do that, you relinquish your responsibility for forgiveness and letting go. It's not your job. It's theirs. They did that. Let them forgive themselves for what they did to you. That's not your job. And the reason being, and this is why parables are so important, I think, to take from history, Bible, religious text, philosophy. It's all important. It's all encompassing. Not one is just right. But this is where, like, I want to go back to the Egyptian Book of the Dead. This is where it's great. You've got Thoth and Anubis, which that, if you read it, that can be a scary, scary thought. If you read the Egyptian Book of the Dead and you're like, oh God, I have to pass these tests to get to, right? And then you get to this part and they weigh your heart and you're over here. If you read this shit, you're thinking, oh fuck, I ain't got control over how my heart weighs. Oh shit. You know, that's the first time I ever heard that many, many moons ago. And that was a long time ago. You're talking to somebody who was reading the 10th Insight and Dianetics while she was sitting in detention, 16 to 17 years old in high school. So I've done a lot of reading. I've made sure myself that I was well educated, regardless of my circumstance, in the things that I was passionate about, not the things that everybody wanted me to be. I didn't waver. So that's one thing. But anyway, that also plays a role in your heart. But it's all about peace. The scales is about peace. Thoth, Anubis. So it is, if your heart weighs light, or even, I guess, the scales balance or weighs light, supposedly, you know, Thoth lets you go on through. Whereas if your heart weighs heavy, Anubis devours it. And I would say, more so, visualize it like this. Anubis devours the heart and then throws you back into the matrix to be reincarnated, to live it and do it again. Learn your lessons. But you're not doing that for anyone else. You're doing that so that you can take a breath and sit here. Feel your heart. How is it going to weigh? When you let the shit people did to you go, or the things that you did go, fuck the forgiveness, accept it. It is. It just is. And right now, some of the things just isn't. Unless I go into the thought of the mind and decide, oh, I'm going to sit this on my heart and keep it there. And Lord, I was the master of putting that on my heart. And I had bricks weighing on my heart, man. Until really until the house burnt down and I lost a lot of people, had my own heart been weighed, Anubis would have devoured my heart. But you have to understand, not because I was a bad human or I'd done bad deeds, because there was so much crap sitting on my heart. So much. I was carrying every wrongdoing everyone had ever done to me. My heart weighed so heavy. I didn't know what to do with that. And I didn't know how to forgive things. And I don't have to. I don't have to. That's great. That's fucking great. And talking about it doesn't mean I haven't let it go, or in your mind, forgiven. I don't forgive. I accept. I accept and transmute. It's not my job. It's not my job. If you actually want to go into the Bible and all that, I mean, it does say there, you know, it is not your job to judge. You're supposed to forgive everything, apparently, I guess. I don't know. I'd have to go in there and start right now looking and seeing what it actually says about forgiveness. I need to, I'm going to research that today. I'm going to research that, not just in one Bible, but several, because I have several. There are multiple editions of it, which y'all say, oh, we don't change the Bible. Really? We don't? Well, as a Protestant man that landed on the United States here, you know, that decided to take out part of the Bible and put it in something called the Apocrypha, which is still in your Catholic Bible. There are still, verses or whatever you want to call them, blah, 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 in your Catholic Bible that aren't in your other Bible. Why? Because they're apocryphal, I guess. Well, they tell some things I wish I had known, for one. Yeah. Won't go there. But what part of any of these, I'm just saying, I don't care what Bible you have, and I also don't care what religious thing you have. I'm going to go on and say, in the majority of religions and or philosophies, judgment is not yours. It's not yours. It's not yours. You can judge yourself. We do that all the time. But that's another part of acceptance. So, your only job is just to accept that that was real, that happened, and that sucked. And you can say that. You can cry about it. Your heart can break and feel like it's going into a million pieces, and you need to feel that. Let it move through you. Let it move through you. Oh, God, let it move through you. And if you're stuck, find a breathwork class. Because through the breath, you will be able to hit the soul, hit the parts that are hidden in your body, in your nervous system. It's not disconnected. Your body is not disconnected from your mind or your soul. It's just not. So, is Anubis going to devour your heart? That's up to you. No one else. And it's not determining in bad deeds. It doesn't even say, it's not a matter of, oh, how many bad things did you do in this world with your heart? And that's when I was younger. That's what I was like, oh, that's a scary fucking thought. Oh, shit, don't fuck up, because if your heart goes up, Anubis is going to get your ass. Yeah, I didn't like that thought, but now that I get it, now that I can sit here in this chair away from a lot of things that's happened to me and sit with acceptance, I realize, oh, that's not mine to weigh. It's not mine to judge or forgive. It happened. I can have an opinion about it. And I do. I got a lot of fucking opinions. And it's natural. We do the judgment thing and opinions and humans. But at the end of the day, forgiveness that I want to focus on. And it's not yours to do. It's source. It's God. It's source and the God within you. And your job is to forgive only yourself. Only yourself. And in forgiving others, see, you're not forgiving the individual. In accepting the deed that happened to you, you're forgiving the experience, I guess. I don't even like the word forgive. I want to throw that out of the fucking book. I don't even like to say that. It makes me feel weighed down. Like, I'm just going to sit here and say the pressure of forgiveness probably coincides with Anubis a lot more than I realize. And if I find any kind of literature to the fact, which I've got a massive, amazing book I'm reading. Don't keep that one quiet, though. Because I run my mouth enough to, it's a wonder I'm not dead. And not because of locals, because I will tell you and tell anybody anything. I'm an open book, and if y'all fucked up, I don't care if it's on a hierarchy of law, I'll talk about it. Like, mouth from the south. Boop, boop, boop. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Don't. If you do, that's your problem, not mine. Because if your heart's weighing heavy on that, then, well, you take that up with Thoth and Anubis. And the reality of it is, those caricatures, I can't even say that right now, but I'm going to sit there and say this 12 times, once I get off the I can't. Okay, just stop. Anyway, the concept of Thoth and Anubis, be it real entities or not, I don't. Anybody that says that they know everything that happens in the afterlife with absolute certainty, run from them. Run. And I think I'm quoting Richard Rohr here, who is one of my favorite priests, not a typical one, who will be very candid and say, never trust a religious person or man that can tell you his faith or truth of the afterlife with absolute certainty. Never trust them. There is no absolute certainty. And that's where faith comes in. Faith is a belief in something without absolute certainty. So if you have absolute certainty, then you have no faith. And that's all he meant by that. It's not a hard concept any more than the concept of Thoth and Anubis. What are you sitting with? What are you sitting with? Mold it, work with it. It's all yours. Now, whatever you've got. Because that other person that did whatever, they're living their life, buddy. They ain't thinking about you. They're over here thinking about the 10,000 million things that are weighing on their heart that's happened to them. They've got a lot of their own forgiveness to work on or whatever. Or, like I said, I hate that word. Acceptance. How light and peaceful is your heart? Can you let it go? That happened. That sucked. But I love and I'm okay. Today's good. That's peace. And when your heart waits peacefully, you get to move on through. And hopefully, I would like to say, not be thrown back into the matrix, but I can't say that with 100% certainty. I can't say anything of the afterlife with 100% certainty. But I don't think I'm too far off. And either way, there's a valuable lesson to take there. You don't have to forgive, accept. So your heart weighs light, peaceful, easy.